What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Airsoft. I am so sorry because on my end of the clock over here, I got 7:54 and I told everybody it was going to be 7 o'clock. I'm going to have to adjust my schedule just a little bit to accommodate all of y'all. But it's been a few weeks since I've been on here. If y'all remember me saying I wasn't going to be doing podcasts back to back to back, it kind of gives me a break, gives y'all a break from seeing my handsome face and whatnot. But there's been a few topics, things that's happened over the last few weeks, some very interesting things, some new developments, so on and so forth. So if y'all are in the comments, please let me know that all my technical things are going on, that you can hear me just fine. Everything's registering good on my end. Just want to make sure it's good on y'all's end. But nonetheless, man, I guess one of the best topics to kind of bring up right now. Well, I ain't gonna say necessarily the best topic, but if y'all happen to catch last Tuesday, I was actually able to help kind of co-host the NSL official YouTube channel with Baby Goat, also known as Adam. I can call him Baby Goat. I think that's just the most boss name ever. Nonetheless, great conversations out of 4.5 hours. So if you have not seen that one yet, I will put it in the description here in just a few minutes, or in the comments. So make sure y'all go over there and check it out. Going to bed, whatever the case is, just sit back because it's 4.5 hours long. But there's a lot of good topics that's going on. So, good. I'm glad I'm sounding good. Taco Airsoft, good to see you in here. Predator from New York. I see your post. Now, I remember you conversating Tuesday that you was leaving to go to New York. That's super exciting. I hope you're having a blast. I'm glad you made it up there very safely. Things here is about the same for me. I'm actually on a little bit of a break from playing Airsoft for a little bit. Not for any main reason other than I just need a chill pill. The last 2 years have been just a constant grind for me, week after week. I've attended about literally probably 98-99% of all the events, all the practices, everything that my team has been doing since we became a team, and even before that. So I just need a little break. I'm looking forward to another day tomorrow. No airsoft, sleep in, just kind of kick it. But other than that, that and I almost lost a digit. I cut my finger pretty bad the other day, so airsoft ain't exactly, it's kind of hard to play around with the gun just a little bit. But a lot of events have happened in the last few weeks. Shout out to ACS Airsoft. They threw the 9-year anniversary for them, the field. Not last weekend, weekend before, and it was phenomenal event. Great turnout. Had awesome amount of people out there, from every genre of background, from Milsim players to kind of your weekend warriors, the speed softers. We had a 3v3 tournament out there that turned out really good. Super shout out to Shot Zone for that, coming down and hosting that tournament. Great turnout. Hell of a good time. Regionals, Speed QB regionals went on a few weeks ago. So shout out to them. They came out there to HTK Airsoft. And shout out to your boys, Rev, or Predator. Your boys, Revelation, took the win for that one, and collected that beautiful belt. And in fact, here I'll actually bring that up if y'all didn't happen to see, but I know a few of y'all in the comments have seen these, but I'm thinking of the those that come later that might have to see this. So HTK Airsoft, I think they got the belt on there. They do. So let me go on to 3. There we go. Okay, hopefully y'all can see this just fine. Hopefully my audio didn't pitch. Nothing's wrong. So on and so forth. So this was the team that won the regionals for Speed QB. Shout out to y'all again. A couple of these, normally there's 3 of them I know pretty well. And had a couple from Saturday for the boys. Play with them. So great turnout. It was awesome playing with them. It was really good. Super chill event. Speed QB usually shows out pretty well on this. Yeah. But yeah, here's the belt that went down. So they ended up winning this one. I believe it is at HTK Airsoft in Jasper. So if you ever want to stop by, you might be able to get a glimpse of it. But yeah, it was super nice. So, Phil, what's up, my man? Good to see you in here. But yeah, man. I mean, there's been just a lot of little turn of events going on lately. Super pumped about NSL. If y'all don't know yet, the NSL is throwing an event out in October on the West Coast, out in California, Sacramento to be specific about it. So I am having the great honor and privilege of traveling out there in October to go hang it out with the homies, kick it with some people, and be part of the first NSL event here in the States. Hopefully soon, real soon. Hopefully, we'll see if we can't bring that kind of energy over here to the East Coast. See what's going on with it. Get some people involved and kind of get this ball rolling. We all know there's a lot of hunger for it. We all been talking about it, so it just kind of builds up. But yeah, man. I mean, hopefully everything's been cool with everybody. It seems, all right. It seems to me. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my kind of, I don't know, paranoid. Feels like some things are rolling out in a good way when it comes to the overall airsoft community right now. And it feels like there's some tension here's and there's. When I've been scrolling through Instagram, I see a little bit of tension. I mean, I've had parts of it before in the past as well. But, hopefully that kind of thing calms down. You never know. But yeah, man, if y'all let me know in these comments, man, the ones that y'all are in here, y'all planning on playing this weekend, give me some topics to talk about, maybe a video or something along them lines. I'm just kicked back tonight and, see what we bring up. Oh, and I don't have coffee on here tonight. I don't. I have a Red Bull. Yes, at 8 o'clock at night. But it's cool because I'm off tomorrow. So, and it's actually like my fourth one today. The coffee, I might as well have just been drinking damn coffee. But yeah, also in his comments, man. Also, not in the comments, but in the description. If y'all check out the description, support your boy by supporting one of his boys. And that'd be Cubby Saw. Get over there, order something, hook the man up. The man's got the best quality stuff. Like, legitly, I've been through different belts so far, and the best one I've come across so far now is Cubby Soft. I'm super excited to work with this guy. Cubby is an awesome dude. Very, very into the sport. He is very genuine. But some solid, good products, man. But it's 5% off. They'll hook you up. Go over there, holler at your boy, pick up some stuff, pick up the belt, whatever the case might be, chest rig, quick strips, whatever you need, really. 5% off. My name is in the description. You can also hit up the, if y'all haven't seen my AirTag video yet about my upper receiver, I think they're out at the moment on those carbons, but nonetheless, man, you can go over there and use my name as well for 5% off on them, on anything in their store at the second, but they are out of the carbon rail. Yes, I know, they are like rubies. They're hard to find. So there's an NSL practice this weekend. Is that going to be in Sacramento? Give me some more context for that. I kick it and watch football. Dude, I haven't watched football in so long. Yeah, I mean, the belt, Phil, man, I just been using mine the last couple weeks, I guess, more or less. And that thing literally does feel amazing. And I'm literally not just jumping bandwagon here to say, hey, Cubby's working with me, so I'm going to shout him out and say, this is the best belt alive, yada, yada, yada. It's cooler than the SpeedQB belt that they just won. Nah, man, I'm not. I'm literally standing behind that one because, man, the damn thing's comfortable. And the biggest thing about me, and I was talking about this the other day in the NSL podcast, is the mag pouches. Now you Speaky B ones and Speedsoft ones and such, and the Cubbysoft mag pouches are legit. And when I say legit, I mean because the damn things are so tight, which is good because I like to run mine upside down, run my mags upside down. It's the only thing I'm carrying. I'm not running a line or none of that. And they're holding them mags very well. I have the 7 mag pouch setup, and I haven't put 7 of them in there yet. And that's kind of in my playstyle too. I don't usually use 7 mags, but I have the option for it, and it's super sweet. But yeah, man, they are super tight on the mag. Very hard to kind of get in there at first, so basically just leaving them in there. But you know that they're snug. It's not too much where, your average player couldn't pull it out, once it's in. But they're awesome. So True Aim's having an NSL practice. Man, that's you know what I'm thinking. I know you know what I'm thinking when it comes to that stuff, and I hope the trickling comes over here to the sense of saying maybe we can do some practices. Maybe one of these fields, pick up something and we can start to practice. I mean, we got the rules. I got a copy of the rules myself, so we will see. They're going back to SECAL for the following weeks. That's cool. That is cool, man. It's really exciting to me, and I'm super excited for you, Adam, that this is going to be... I don't know, man. I think it's... I'm even though I'm coming over there in October, I'm still super jealous that it's like not down the road from me, And yeah, that's being a little bit selfish because I'm like, everybody wants, have this kind of thing right down the street. But yeah, it is what it is, man. I wish it was in my town, my situation, right here, where I didn't have to go too far or anything like that, or even drive. Just minimum amount of time to get to the field. Constantly getting my team to practice, so on and so forth. And I'm assuming, my team has to adjust to these rules and how we're going to play, but we will see. Bro, we really do. We need a practice date. We need to get some of these get some of these guys, seeing what's going on. I mean, we talk about the rules. We've been hyping this situation up for a while. So hopefully, dude, that'd be dope. Like, I gotta admit it, that'd just be dope to see, you come over here, kicking it with us, throwing a practice, help hosting, whatever the case is. I mean, a guy that I know that would be more than willing. I'm willing to, kind of speak for him at a second. I'm sure that he'd be more than willing to kind of set that up with you. It'd be super cool. Well, Yeah, but 9-year, man. ACS is 9-year. I was talking about it a few minutes ago. Bro, I don't know if you've seen. I know. Caleb was there. Dude, they brought a damn tank. A tank, bro. A legit It was a little bit bigger than like a Fiat car, but the damn thing was badass, man. I didn't get inside of it or nothing like that. I did get some video of it. That's the first time to see a tank for me. Now, I don't go to big milsims and things like that. I'm sure, I've seen some videos of people flying around helicopters. How you hit your target, I'm clueless from a helicopter. But, it was neat seeing the difference of that. Just a tank on the field. I actually didn't even play the time it went out on the field to play. But it's just neat. ACS be doing that. They be showing out some really cool stuff. That's out here in Sacramento. I will make time to come out there and see you guys and put on a practice. Let's shoot something. Bro, I'm game. I'm game. Sometime in December. I don't care what it is. I'll come down on Christmas Day. I don't care. Yeah, man. Let's chit chat. Well, I'm not the guy to chit chat so much on, but the guy that I know that, so. you know that I know that you know. Just catching up on some things. So I'm a little bit behind today, man. I could have just said like I don't really want to do it. To come on here. Sometimes I just don't feel like coming on doing podcasts. Sometimes I get hemmed up with work or whatever the case might be. But I just want to come kick it with y'all. I've been a little pulled back. You know what I'm saying? Because I said I was gonna be taking a break for the next couple weeks, and some of me wants to go play, but I'm giving myself one. My digit is messed up, and some of me just wants to go play, but some of me is like, man, just keep chilling, take a little break. I don't know how much longer I can do it for. I'm in here like fiending like a crack addict for airsoft. So we'll see how that goes. But man, I kind of want to play. Bro, super appreciate you. Okay, bro, I really do, man. I really appreciate you. I got a feeling I know what it is. Something we talked about the other day. Thank you, bro. Seriously, like big shout out to you, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Hopefully here in October. Hopefully I'll be able to swing through. We can shake hands, and it'd be neat to meet you, man. I appreciate you always showing up in these things too, man. I've seen you in the past and here with this one. Caught up with you a little bit on the NSL one as well. I appreciate your support, man. I really do. I need to bring another guest in here because this is technically season 2 for me, and I haven't had a guest in here yet. I think I've had more people in the States than out of the States on here with me, but I might have to see about reaching out to a couple people about maybe getting another guest on, maybe do a Q&A. I haven't done one of them in a while. There's some new teams out there and such, and individuals. I should have got some coffee. Red Bull after this, many of them is just like, ugh. Things at the bomb in the morning, but during the evening after I've been drinking a couple that are not so good. Let's catch it up on these comments here. Yeah, hey, I'll jump back because that air tactic rail, the carbon one. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen it probably that are here. But yeah, man, these things are legit amazing, man. I mean, if you haven't seen my review video for it yet, you might be able to check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But these things are for real legit. I'm happy with how this thing has turned out at this point. I think this is probably the best setup I've ever had. So, these things are dumb light. They really are. It's just a cool looking setup, though. Mrs. Baby Goat? Well, hello. I can't see a face, but it will be super exciting to meet you as well. Being if you are, Adam's better second half, it will be an honor and a privilege to meet you. But until then, absolutely hi. I've never had my missus on here, like ever. A few of y'all that might be friends with me on Facebook have probably seen my wife. Or if you happen to catch in a stream every once in a while her walking by when she gets home. Other than that, I've just never sat down and introduced my wife. I need to. That's a really good idea. I need to do that. Why ain't you working? I try to do everything on my phone right when I'm sitting around doing all this. I should have done it beforehand. So yeah, if I'm jumping all around topics because I have topics, but I don't have like specific topic. I'm gonna play this. I don't know if y'all have seen this, man, but y'all should drop a sub to them if you haven't already. And that would be ACS Airsoft. So I'll let y'all see. Button. I clicked the wrong button. So let me start it over. Boom. Let that catch up. That thing was so dope. There was a gang of Milson players out there too. These guys were G'd up. I'm over there by that van shooting at him after a second. There I go. I got you. Focus. Yeah, it was a super dope event, though. It really was. ACS be showing out all the time when it comes to things like that, man. It's a cool little film. I didn't miss out on your comment there, Adam. What do you want to ask me? What I want to do when I get out there, bro? There's a million things that cross through my mind, like to do, like genuinely just to do. But man, I just want to kick it. Like, I just want to kick it. What, no matter how that unfolds, whether it's airsoft, kicking it in a conversation in a garage, having a couple cold ones, or literally just whatever, man. I'm just excited to even just go over to California. Like I said before, this is my first time ever getting on a plane, and I am scared to death of heights. I fear God and I fear heights. I don't like heights whatsoever. So it's gonna be very interesting for me to get on a plane and go so far in the air. Um, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm probably gonna freak out the whole time. But when it comes to getting over there, man, I want to meet some people, shake some hands, and just have a good time, man. Whatever I don't it don't require much for me to have a good time. I'm very honored to be able to help do what I'm going to be able to do over there when it comes to interviews and talking to people and things like that. Man, I'm super pumped. I still feel like I'm just Steve way over here in Kentucky, just in a small town. It's kind of really cool, surreal to be able to take part in that and to fly over there. I mean, other than that, man, if you want to go to we can do whatever, just whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Um, Bro, but I'm not gonna be able to resist not looking out that window. Like I'm not like I almost some of me is like I want to be on the seat by the aisle, just chill. Now I am flying with Predator and Leo, so both of them are going to be there as well. Probably had to hold both of them homies' hands just to make it through it. Some of me wants to kind of just sit there and eat peanuts on the middle aisle, and focus strictly on whatever, anything but the window, and remember I'm not in the air. But then some of me's like, I want to look out the damn window. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right and just at least look out the window. Um, it's gonna be interesting. I've never had the opportunity to get on a plane. I've never traveled to that extent. That far to necessarily have to get on a plane. Furthest I've ever been is actually Kansas City. That's as far as I've been. And I got there, picked somebody up, and turned right back around, headed this way. That was about it. I can't. I'm sure I'll get used to it. Um, Most of the time, my heights kind of thing is I just get uneasy. Like work, I mean, every place I've ever worked, they're like, I'd let them know. I'm like, I'm not going up there. Like I'm not gonna do it. If you're gonna walk me to the gate, I need to leave. That's fine. That's what it is. I'm just not productive that high in the air. I can't get over it. I've had so many people over the years hit me with, well, if you just look over, look over the edge, you'll be alright. Just no, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that for me. So I'm still, very nervous in the air. I don't like it. I don't have wings. I'm not necessarily meant to fly. Um, so my kid's coming in. Uh, Bro, the Netherlands. I mean, these destinations are so important to me that I'm willing to get onto this. I mean, I'm gonna be excited um, to go on the airport and stuff like that. But yeah, getting up in a plane like that's gonna be just different. It's gonna be different. Netherlands, dude. I would leave right now if you're like, hey, we're get on a flight in the morning. We're flying to Netherlands. I'd be on my way. I really would. I'm willing to suck it up and be a man to do these sorts of things for the community, for helping, just doing anything I can. And plus, I get to experience it. You know what I mean? So I am kind of sad that my entire team isn't going with me to California, where we could play as a unit, play as a team, do like we do here. But we've already talked about it. I mean, I know I'll be able to get some scrimmage time. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some some footage of anything. A lot of good pictures. Like I said, man, just shaking hands and stuff like that is going to be super exciting. Super exciting. There's some really cool people out there, man. From what I see, I mean, there's a lot of them I've met. I haven't, a ton I haven't met, but just it seems like there's just some really solid people out there. So we'll see. But I love the confidence behind that. Your comment, it says, "Wait until we go to the Netherlands because it will happen at some given time in life. It's gonna happen." That's an expensive flight, though, bro. We talked about going back there over the Netherlands not long ago for the Nations Cup thing, and it ain't easy. It's a price tag. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure I am going to have a good time. I really am. Joe, you're right. I mean, going to the Netherlands for airsoft would be dope. I mean, I want to go play in Real Strike. I mean, I just want to just go play, just be there, be very surreal. Um, but I definitely want to play the open field or the open play field too, because from what I've seen of it, it was one of those things that I didn't even think about as open play area. It just I kept focusing on the main field there, and man, I just want to play both. Darth Dale, I do not have a high kappa. I actually let go of my TM not long ago, probably 2 months ago, if that. I don't have one at the moment. I switched back to rifle, mostly for kind of. I guess the right word is more a honing in. I liked playing with pistol. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to work on. They really are. But I'm just a rifle player. My position needed me where I am. Position that I play. I play back line. I'm more. I'm just better with a rifle. But I really enjoy doing, playing pistols. That being said, I am going to start working on a project, and I'm not doing a TM this time. I'm actually going to move over to AAPO1 and start setting it up, but it's not going to be a primary. It'll just literally, it may be a primary once in a while, but it's not as in a sense of a secondary weapon like a sidearm, but not as a primary. Just a more of a, it's something to tinker on. It's something to work on. It's something for me to get, things from, I guess products and things like that, do content, do videos on. If I learn something and know how to do something on it, I'm going to show it. So I'll record videos like, hey, this is how you do this. This works good with this. But right now I'm just going to be in the beginning stages of the APO1. So, pretty sure I saw Leo working a barbecue in the river just by me. Bro, he is. He is actually down there on the river right now, doing some helpful work. What HPA system do I use? I'll bring it back into frame again. I'm currently running a G&G. It's a 5.56 G&G lower. This is the AirTac Customs Carbon Upper. This is an F2 in it, with a Stormwolf Regulator, 13 CI HK tank, retro Hopup, things like that. with the regular FCU. It does not have a Gorilla FC unit. So that is my HPA rifle. And I run the... my system is kind of all within the same, so... And a few minutes ago where I was talking about the belt. So I run the Cubby Soft belt as well. So this is my Cubby Soft belt. So it kind of goes with the gun. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, you gotta have mags for the gun. So that's basically my system when it comes to airsoft. But the F2 is, I love the F2. You could go back to videos. I've even made like 2 of them. And it was like, hey, is the Polar Star Jack still worth it? Hell yeah, it's still worth it. I mean, even I say that now, but with the system that I got and the tank I choose to use and things like that, the F2 is the better route when it comes to air efficiency. So, Rifle Build was wondering what trigger system FCU you use. I use the stock Polar Star FCU. The trigger I use is the Speed Trigger by Speed brand. I use a green one. It's fairly tuned, but not too tuned. I don't like it really, really touchy. I like to have some trigger pull to it. And this has the stock trigger board in it. I did run a black leaf, but I broke it. So back to the regular one. The black leaf is awesome. It's got a good clicky feeling. A lot of G&G stock rifles now, the Gen 2s, have their trigger unit or trigger board feels a lot like it. It's got the clickety feel. Not like the same kind of click as like a Kythera, but it's just a sensational little click to it. But these don't have that. It's just spring loaded. So that's that stock trigger board. It's a good gun. I mean, these setups like this, I mean, I get it. Like, not everybody wants to run one of these. I run one of these, and I'm not gonna give too much of at the moment. I'm gonna do a video soon why I'm using every single part that's on it. Why does it look like this? Do I make it look like this because A, it looks badass, or B, do I have some real reasoning behind it? So hopefully catch that video here soon. I'll do it as soon as possible. But I have my reasonings for what I'm using. I have ran, back when I ran a Jack not too long ago, I ran it in this 5.56 lower, but I ran a stock. I didn't have a sports grip on it at the time. And I ran it with a Redline Regulator and a 4500 CI Empire tank. But I had to run the backpack. So... my RPS, my rounds per second, I don't have it on full auto. I don't have any optional burst or anything. I don't even have a selector switch. Because the game I play, I pulled my... where the hell is that? I pulled my selector switch off. And my FCU is physically programmed where it will not shoot full auto. I have no reason for it. It's illegal in the game I play. I can use it outdoors, and I have used this gun outdoors, but I choose not to. I think it's my trigger. I feel like my confidence in my just regular trigger pull is fast enough to do what I'm doing. So I just don't feel the need to have it. The F2s are great, though. They really are. And this ain't even my F2 in here. This is actually my homie Spiffy's. So one of my teammates. Shout out to Spiffy. I've been using it for a little bit. I just haven't replaced one, and I really need to replace it. Sorry, Spiffy. I need to get my own. Shotgun go pow pow. Man, I don't have an operating shotgun right now. I ran a Jag Arms. I don't know, I guess a year and a half ago or something like that for a little bit. I had one. I like it. I've never played with one indoors yet. I just haven't. Adam, if you happen to still be in here, I might have to, you might have to let me play with that one for a minute. Just haven't done it yet. I look very awkward. Bowser, what's up, homie? What you doing, man? I'm literally just sitting here kicking it, so. Bet. Bet, Adam. Thank you. I believe it. I think it was Sapo that had one that he was advertising a while back ago, a Springer. I wouldn't mind having a Springer as long as it was fairly decent. I mean, if it shot around a jewel, hey, I'd go for Springer all day. Like, granted, I get it. I can't do like I don't know. I don't know if I can do slam fire on a Springer. I would think I'd break it pretty quick. Um, but uh, I just haven't got into them. Like some of them look dope as hell. One of my teammates, Bobby, has the TM Breacher. I don't know if he's posted any pictures of it or anything. But he's got the adapter to it and all that. Bro, it looks amazing. Amazing. It's fun. It's just fun just to hold and rack it. It's just nice. I haven't played with it yet. I had the opportunity. I didn't play with it. I should have. But yeah. I believe it. I'll keep that in mind for those that I end up very distinguished. I guess I'll take it as a compliment. I think that's a compliment. I don't know if that's a spam or what that is, but y'all see that from Polly? Hello, I'm from Ukraine. You look very distinguished. Very distinguishing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's something I'll get into the shotgun later on. Um, we will have to see. I showed you the other day. I have one, but it doesn't work. It's missing the whole stock on it, and which has the tap for it. It's the Jag. It's pretty sweet. I like it, especially the sound of it, man. I just want to play something like indoors with this. It may be at, I believe it's Caber's spot, closet. I think we was talking about the little 2v2 room. Maybe that'd be a good opportunity to try it in there. We'll see. But yeah, man, they are cool, but I do need to fix this one. Just put a stock on it. But I almost wish it was just a Springer, just that small, just a spring. It'd be neat. They just sound good. Oh. Yeah, I am excited about this AAPL1 ordeal that I'm going to set up. And I'm not going to dump a bunch of money into it at first or anything. I'm literally just going to just kind of piece it together. If y'all know anybody that makes AAPL1 parts or anything like that, or even for a little guy like me, if you want, you know somebody that's like, hey, Steve, hook you up, certain percentage, things like that, help you out for shout outs and stuff like that. I'd love to do that. I love getting new products, learning new products, and I give my honest opinion on products. If it sucks, I'm going to say, hey, look, it's trash. But genuinely, man, most things that I get are pretty dope. Yeah, it needs a gas stock. It was originally a gas, and then it was tapped, so you could run HPA on it. Uh, and it was so stripped, it was so wore out. So I ended up taking it out, trying to fix it, retap it, do all kinds of stuff to it, and it's not taking it. Uh, which kind of battery do you recommend to use for the monk grip? I think I have my battery right here, and I'll show you. These little Falcons right here. This one is super small. It's a 7.4. I literally can leave this in my gun with the regular FCU, the stock FCU. I can literally leave it in there all day and literally days after. I don't suggest it because once you let them run down to a certain point, they're just not going to charge anymore. But these 7.4 lipos are great. Literally, I've left it in my gun a couple days and then picked it up, playing with it, pulled the trigger, and you can still hear it. They are very small. They are still kind of big, but they are smaller and, in my opinion, more efficient than the cylinder Titans. I've seen a few people use those before, but I think it puts too much stress on your signal wire and your FCU. And the FCUs are really prone to break. You may end up, I mean, these are great ones, but if you get a Gorilla FCU, it uses more battery life. So I would suggest having a backup one. But these are absolutely awesome. This is what most guys that I know that run sports grips use. Is those right there. Yeah, see, even Taco just hit it too. Yeah, hands down the best one to run. You don't want to put too much strain on these FCUs. They really can break very easily, and not to mention it's not a. Now this is a. I'm not going to take mine off and waste y'all's time. Just sit here and do it. But what I ended up doing is I actually learned it from one of the teammates. I took a short stroke TM buffer. Y'all know what that is. So the short stroke kits. They're little round little cows. LA Kappa makes some as well. And I actually took that and super glued it around my button. So you think where the button is on your FCU, you click it and get through all your settings. I actually took it and super glued it around that button. So basically the button was in the dead center of that gasket. A gasket buffer. And I had to physically put my finger kind of in it to get it to operate, to put it, it'll go in its safe mode, its programming mode. And mostly because once you stick it in your grip with batteries, sometimes you tend to push that button. If it gets hit on the macro line or anything like that, it can push that button, which will send it in programming mode. And guess what? No pew pew. It'll stop shooting. Then you gotta literally take the back off the grip, get back in there, push it, put it back in fire mode, and go. So I think that's a pretty good little life hack, is just super gluing those around there, just so the button can't be pushed, because I've had that happen to me in the middle of a game, where it literally stopped from me moving, tossing it back in my hands. It stopped, and I literally had to bang on it a couple times to get it to go back into firing mode to shoot. Yeah, so I'm saying these FCUs, man, you got to be gentle on them. I mean, you do. Another suggestion that I would have, I wish I had one like on standby right here, just like randomly, but I didn't know that conversation was going to come up at all. I'll look in one spot, and if it's not there, it's not there. I had an extra. I do. I still have it. Okay. So this is a stock FCU right here. So you got some tape on there, but you see why there's a zip tie right around that thing? I know, I'm on a GoPro. It didn't focus very well. I have it held down like that. I think that's another little life hack when it comes to these. Basically because it keeps these, your positive and negative, from wobbling back and forth to the point where there's enough friction where it breaks. So if you actually just fold it back, put a zip tie, a very small zip tie on it, right there, and it'll constantly keep that wire this direction. So if the friction is going to bend, it's only going to bend right there at that zip tie, and not chancing breaking the solder off the actual FCU. So it's a good little life hack. This one's, the button's just bad. They don't want to act right for nothing. But really good little life hack though. Things like that you just got to learn by experience, but save y'all the experience, and maybe somebody will pick it up. I like the Polar Star Jack. I do. I don't like. Once I've played with both the F2 and the Jack, and getting the air efficiency of the F2 keeps me away from the Jack. I cannot go back to a Jack or a Redline and use the same 13 CI tank that I'm using. I won't be able to make it through half a game. I literally probably spend nearly 2,000 psi with that small tank in a matter of probably 5-6 mags. Those are EPM ones. So I mean, think of that, about literally 12 to 1,500 rounds, and I've used about 2,000, almost 3,000 psi out of my tank. I do low-key miss a Redline, though. There's something about the Redline N7 Milsim engines. If you've ever played with one of those and you hear that Snapple pop, that's what it sounds like. When you pop a Snapple open, it's that certain. They sound just like it. There's just something about them Redlines. Plus, there's no battery and stuff like that. As long as you have the Milsim N7 set up without the FCU, then man, they're just great. Just plug them in and go. Ain't got to worry about rain, water, all that stuff, or let's say mist, because I'm not playing airsoft. Pouring rain, I'm just not going to do it. But the mist and things like that, getting down there and frying your trigger board, so on and so forth, it's just kind of, well, it can fry your trigger board, but I'm saying as an FCU or anything like that. Red lines are lots of fun. They really, really are. I do like them. One of my homies, Melon, if y'all know Melon, Melon Pops, I call him Pops, he plays our team. He still runs a Redline N7 Milsim. He just plugs it in and goes. And I'm telling you, I've never seen or heard a Redline shoot faster than what he can do with that thing. I mean, I think of them. I think of Redlines. I don't necessarily think of Redlines like compared into a gun like I'm using. I don't think it's giving the gun its complete potential, if that makes sense. But I think of it more in just like more of a Milsim gun, and I say Milsim gun, more of, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, just a loadout basically for there. I think it works better for that setup opposed to playing speed soft with it. But they can be super quick, and I know you can adjust the buttons to them, the actual trigger button. Just a hint to tweak it a little bit to get the shoot a little faster, but it's all boiling down to the old booger hook, how fast you can get it going. Any stories on the most painful airsoft experiences? I have been through many with the amount of gorillas I've done. I've never guerrillaed with anybody at that extent. I mostly because one, I don't want to get dinged up that much. Say I grab one of my homies, I'm like, hey, let's shoot each other, let's play gorilla. We're about to eat each other alive. Because neither one of us is probably, well, it depends on who it is. I might give up first. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of our team plays when we're around each other, stuff like that. We're pretty accident kind of prevention. We don't muzzle flash each other. We don't do anything like that. So we keep everything safe. We all, I mean, every one of us, well, most of us, uh, mess around with actual firearms and things like that. So we kind of keep the safety and kind of reflect it back to airsoft. Um, so I've never been tragically injured playing. I've been injured, but just bumps, bruises, things like that, small cuts, nothing crazy. Um, Bled a lot, been shot to the point of bleeding several times. Never had a BB impaled in me. I don't have anything super crazy that's ever happened like that. I Pulsar Kythera. I like them for what they are, but it's not my choice of an engine by any means. I do like the trigger response or the trigger pull to them. I think it's just really cool. It's just mechanical. It feels more like a true firearm with the trigger pull, but it's they're just not for me. I mean, they're cool and they are cool engines. But in comparison, if I'm gonna get away from the battery and stuff like that, I'm gonna go over to the Redline first. I've had a few Redlines. But the Kytheras are pretty dope. I mean, people seem to have pretty cool builds with them. One of my teammates used to run one last year. He builds up his AEG. That's like super cool. All the bells and whistles in it. But he ran a Kythera before it, and that damn thing was crisp. Very crisp. Or at least he made it crisp. But I've never owned a Kythera. So I've never had, I had my own and stuck it in my own gun, anything like that. I've just never went out of my way to buy one. Nor traded for one or whatever. I never possessed one of my own. Nor a Fusion. I've never had a Fusion like that. I almost got one. I did. But I've never owned a Fusion engine. How did I start playing Airsoft? I've only been playing for, what is this, September. So I've been playing 27 months, so a little over 2 years. I started playing Airsoft right in the middle of the pandemic, and I did it to basically hang out with my oldest son. He played Airsoft, took him out to ACS several times, so on and so forth, and I was just like, hey, this is, cool as shit, Maybe I had something me and him can hang out and do. And the first time I ever went out there and played with him, I actually waited for a minute. I didn't just go get a rental and do all that stuff. I actually bought a Die i4, bought a G&G, a CM16, got a couple bells and whistles for it and stuff like that, and then went out there and played. And the thing about Airsoft, this is where, when I look back on this, is like how I know Airsoft's all in me. Is that I ran out there not knowing what I was doing, maybe 20 foot from spawn, got shot directly in the mask, and I fell in love. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I wasn't even fazed at the fact that I just got shot in my mask. I had no clue where it come from. All I knew was, this is dope. I just got shot, and I get to go shoot somebody in the face, too. Not in the aspect of trying to harm somebody, but hey, man, if you get shot in the face, you get shot in the face. Let's hope your pro is on. But I did that, and then I directly just fell in love, man. I haven't stopped playing since. I had some messages going on as well. Do you still play with your son? Actually, not really. He more or less kind of acted like he wasn't as interested in it anymore. Was a total shame because he kind of just weaned out of it, and I went literally deep into it. That I think I'll say I changed it specifically for this. But the last 2 years has been a major shift for me, just in my life and my lifestyle. Um, the people I know, most people I associate, stuff like that, is airsoft. And I say the little, corny phrase every once in a while. This is my lifestyle. Uh, and it can be a corniness of saying it, but it's what it is. Airsoft has become my lifestyle. It is for the moment. I'm 34 years old. I kind of got into this kind of late. Um, but while I'm here, I love it. I'd love to, not only just the game itself, I think the game is the most amazing thing ever. It's so much fun. Um, but it grasped me a lot. And my son just is kind of going through a phase and things like that. And, there came situations where, he's a teenager, so he couldn't, if not all his ducks in a row, he couldn't play, kind of things like that. So he just kind of weaned out of it a little bit, and I jumped in the hole, face first. But I don't regret it. I love playing airsoft. I get to do things like this, podcast, talk to people, so on and so forth. Um, I get to travel. Some of my homies, man, I'm closer to some more than others, but everyone on my team is my homie. I want to say, I literally have their back. I will, not only on the field, but off the field. I love those guys. So I've gained a lot of good friends, a lot of good community of people, and just want to keep that growing. My son, maybe he'll come back into it, but I don't know. But I need to take him out to play. But on that note, I'm here for 1 hour. This is where I control the podcast of how I do and how I manage that lifestyle, and which I was talking about. So it's 9 p.m. here for me at night. I'm so sorry that I started this cast an hour late. I don't know when the next one will be. It may be next week. It may start popping up randomly. You never know. But for y'all that are in the comments, chatting with me, spending the last hour with me, or even 5 minutes with me, I appreciate y'all. I truly do. I don't just mean it as in a sense of that you are just another viewer or another person. You have a special spot with me, being we have a common interest, and I really do appreciate you. Anything, it's just cool to have this kind of community, even a small, small numbers, things like that. I'm a small guy when it comes to this, but the numbers are growing, things are coming together, and I can't do it without y'all. And I truly appreciate y'all and got mad love for y'all. Every one of you, whether I've met you or not, doesn't matter. I still got your 6. I do appreciate you. And I will catch y'all on the next one, whenever it's going to be. And I think the next one probably will have a guest. I don't know who it's going to be yet. We'll see what happens, how the universe works this out. But tune in for the next one. If I brought up anything that's going on with gear or any questions or something like that, I might have a video of it. You might be able to go back and see what I'm using, when I'm using it, yada, 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 what my opinion on it, so on and so forth. If you didn't hear my conversation earlier about Cubbysoft, go holler at your boy. Use Steve QB for 5% off your entire purchase, whatever it's going to be. He's got chest rigs, belts, quick strips, whatever. Go holler at him. Oh, and he's got some merch too. Go holler at all that because he's got some hoodies. I got to give me one of them hoodies. Nonetheless, 5% off. Use my name. Go over there. Give him a shout out. Make sure you like and subscribe over there to ACS Airsoft. Go ahead, give them a holler. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. But y'all make sure you have a good weekend. If you're going to play some Airsoft, have a blast at it. Go kill them. Do your thing. And I will catch y'all in whatever. Deuces.